Why did you pay him $50 million? And why did you privatize most? Why did you privatize most of the grant program? You didn't have to do that.
I just disagree with you. Okay, so you say you didn't have to privatize it. The alternative is I'm answering the question.
All right, just a little bit from a town hall that was not all hugs and kisses. Yesterday, we bring into the program now Andrew Whitman, senior political correspondent. Christie didn't, a different kind of reception, it seemed.
Well, these are normally the places where he thrives. That's where he's made his bones at these town halls. That's where all the YouTube clips have been generated from. So it really was a bit of a contrast there. He tried to hit that sweet spot that he had found at town halls in the past, but he did get a little bit frostier reception. There were some people who still loved him, who were there, told him to rip up his Springsteen collection because Springsteen had been critical of him. But if Christie's going to rebound, forget about 2016, if he's going to rebound to stay in Trenton through the end of his term, despite the scandal, it's going to be at the momentum generated events like that.
Do you guys think he should keep doing them, these town halls? Part of me thinks it was tough, but it's like you got to get back on the horse, right?
He has to keep doing them, but he better learn what Andrew Cuomo learned early on after he had that mistake running against Carl McCall, and that is 1001, 1002, 1003. He better learn that real fast.
And if the headlines keep dripping out, he's going to find those venues very unfriendly because the questions will keep coming from all quarters.
Now, let's get to the city. And for all the love that Bill de Blasio got in January, February, not so much. This is a month that can't end soon enough for him. His latest headaches, they are road-related. First came his order to crack down on speed and traffic violations in the city, all to improve safety. But yesterday, a TV crew from WCBS followed de Blasio's motorcade and found it blew through stop signs, changed lanes without signaling, and speeding. Oh, and for a good measure, today, the Post caught de Blasio jaywalking, crossing against the light. De Blasio supported extra NYPD ticketing for jaywalking in January after a series of pedestrian accidents.
And he had a press conference, de Blasio, about an hour ago, where he just said, my police commissioner Bratton has given a statement, I stand by that, and then he refused to take questions. May not be a biggest story in the world, but for reporters like us, all that's going to do is make us angry and try to get more questions.
But I wouldn't take questions on this. Also, it's ridiculous. Marsha Kramer buffs off this story every 4 years. She does this tired old story every 4 years. It means absolutely nothing. You have a trained police officer driving that vehicle. It's not the mayor himself.
But if you are trying to crack down on people who are driving badly, it doesn't look good.
But he is the mayor of the city.
I understand
He is not Joe Blow Public.
But the argument is it's the drip, drip, drip. It's the call to the precinct house. It's the snowstorm you didn't do right.
Are you calling this abuse of power?
It's a mild abuse
It's not like
of power.
It's not like he closed the George Washington Bridge.
He wasn't going to a fire, right? He was going to his next stop, which was, most political people, most of their events are partially political, even if they're official. So why did he have to do that?
I got a lot of friends in the job. If we busted everybody every time they flipped on the lights to go through a red, we'd have a pretty
a lot of guys. As a humble assemblyman, I don't have that opportunity.
Listen, I'm not condoning it, but is there a sense in Albany that people don't know he's ready for prime time?
I think that is the case. You look at his background. He's not what you would call mayoral timber. It's 8 million people in the city. They used to say it was an impossible city to run, and his background is not someone who I have a lot of confidence. He's a great manager.
It's like the knives have been out for this guy since even before he was elected, since he won the primary. We were saying, there were people on this panel, yourself included, the day after the primary.
Because every night after the show, Andrew says to me, why do you have it out so bad for de Blasio? Continue.
Why do you have it out so bad for de Blasio?
Because he's not ready for prime time. Period. Any other questions?
But every
which
time,
came first on this
I'm with Andrew and Elias, but every time I think that this guy, then you see how he's maneuvered Cuomo on universal pre-K.
To get Klein,
well, we'll see. But he's got Klein lined up with him. He's got another. It's a mixed bag.
Klein is
what I mean?
He's shoring up his left flank there.
Right,
But,
that's all he's
the
doing.
talk in Albany is he ran out, I want universal pre-K. The governor said, I don't agree with it, but the governor said, okay, I'll give you universal pre-K. He said, I want that, and I want to tax my wealthier people.
Well, the governor gave it to him for 1 year. He wanted it for 4 years and funded It's going to be a very interesting next few months, I think, between you guys up north here and the folks down south. All right, we're going to wrap things up when we come back.